You're listening to the best of the Morning X.
You can also catch it on the Morning X podcast, wherever you get your podcasts,
or at 99x.com.
Please welcome our next guest, Michelle Wilkins, who's been busy working on the Kurt Cobain case in a bunch of different ways, including a documentary that I thought was fascinating called What Actually Happened to Kurt Cobain. Michelle Wilkins, welcome to the Morning X.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. This is my first radio show. This is very exciting.
Oh, cool.
I'm so happy to see that people still care so much about what happened to Kurt.
Well, if anywhere, it would be here.
Absolutely.
We don't really have any questions, though, so thanks for coming by. We'll talk to you later.
It.
I'm just kidding. We have a lot.
We're so fascinated by this story. I just wanted to ask you, though, about your background. Are you a documentarian? Are you a researcher? Tell us about your background.
You know what? I'm just a podcaster who decided to do this because, Kurt's music changed my life. He gave me punk rock. He kind of, gave me a musical home. And so when I realized that the adults weren't doing this, I thought adults were making sure that his death made sense and that, everything had been checked into and there was an investigation. So when I realized they weren't, I thought, well, okay, I think there's going to be. And that's what we did.
The more you know, right? As you get older and you look back, you go, well, maybe the adults don't know what they're talking about. Okay, I want to start the whole thing with a clip from your beautifully put together documentary, which I did not know a lot of the things in this documentary. You can find it, Google it on YouTube, What Actually Happened to Kurt Cobain. Check this clip out first.
Because we all know that someone who suffers with addiction doesn't deserve to have their murder solved. Right? If you're new to this case, here's a very quick primer. A little Kurt didn't kill himself 101. First up, Kurt Cobain was never suicidal. People seem to want to believe that Kurt wanted to end his life. He didn't. None of Kurt's close friends or family believed he was suicidal until after he died. According to his friends, Kurt was in good spirits in the days leading up to his death, even recording music in his home studio for an upcoming release.
Okay, now that's the crux of this whole thing. The question, did Kurt Cobain kill himself? Now, I've seen stories and Leslie's seen stories. I've seen that all of your research has the case reopened, and Leslie saw the opposite. Where does it stand exactly?
I'm going to hope that, it's reopened within a week or two, but we took our evidence to the Seattle Police Department. And when I say evidence, I mean a peer-reviewed, published paper with 8 different scientists, ballistics expert, handwriting expert, proving that Kurt's death was a homicide. And we had an hour-long meeting with the police chief and some really important people in Seattle. And they came back to us with, cool, good job, but we said it was a suicide, so we're not going to look at your evidence.
So not even a private investigator or anything like, no one's reopened? Because I've seen articles saying that it was reopened, so maybe they're just foreshadowing.
I think they're foreshadowing. I think, cosmically, that's something that's going to happen, but the SPD has said no.
They use this term, and I want to get your opinion on this. Theories are inaccurate disinformation. How do you respond to that?
The SPD said that?
Seattle police have stated that, yes.
So in their email back to us, they said, we appreciate the thought and everything you put into this, but we are standing by our original assessment of suicide. And, again, we're not testing anything. We're not looking at the evidence. So when you look at the things like the blood transfer stain we found on Kurt's jeans means he was moved after the shotgun. You look at those things could be tested by the SPD easily.
Why are they, why are they running from it?
Well, I talked to a 50-year veteran Seattle journalist, and he said they will never admit they were wrong unless we force them.
That's a typical cop thing.
That's part of it, yes.
Because they're in so deep, and this is such a high-profile case.
Yeah.
They don't want to have egg on their face.
Yeah, and can I tell you, too, the original cop who went in and just walked into Kurt's scene, he literally said, this is just a piece of crap, junkie rock star. I don't care what happened. This is a homicide. And he was Don Cameron, a very famous detective at the time. He worked on the Bundy case, and he did not care whether Cobain killed himself or not. And nobody was arguing with Cameron at that point.
Can you break down for us, because I've read all of your theories and that it makes so much sense to both of us, so that people listening can understand where you're coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. I had sort of thought at the beginning that maybe, there was a lot of domestic abuse towards Kurt in the relationship, and there are lots of reports stating that. So as I was researching, I thought, well, maybe he couldn't take it anymore. Lots of people in that situation. I mean, people can feel like there's no way out. And so, everyone says, oh, Kurt was depressed, and look at him. He looks sad in all the pictures. And, his lyrics they're really sad.
Well, and all the stomach problems, too, and all the things that he was going through physically.
Yes. Now, he had stomach problems, but 2 years prior to his death, those were long solved.
Oh, they were?
So when you watch, oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, he was on buprenorphine. Somebody's going to correct me on how to say that.
Yeah.
But he had fixed his stomach problems.
I did not know. I thought he was still in pain, and they always use that as one of the reasons why, one of the many reasons why he, quote, did it.
Yeah, and so he had not been in pain for a long time, and he said that publicly. And the interesting thing, guys, is that nobody ever said Kurt Cobain was suicidal until after he died.
Right.
So he could not speak to that. So, all of these things, and you really have to go back and look and go, oh, okay, so this was, April 94. Everything dated after that talks about him being suicidal. There's nothing prior to that, except where he said in an interview, my stomach pain made it so that I didn't want to live anymore. But now I have my daughter. I'm really happy. The stomach pain's gone. He's like eating something as he's saying it, so his stomach isn't bothering him. And so people forget that.
I want to play another clip. Here's another clip. This is Michelle Wilkins. She's been the researcher behind trying to get this case reopened, where some of the stories we've seen that it is reopened are not true. It's not reopened yet. Here's another one of the nuggets that I had no idea about. Watch.
Kurt once wore a shirt that read, "I hate myself and I want to die." When he was asked how literal that was, he said, "As literal as a joke can be." Kurt had a dark sense of humor, but he was not suicidal. Kurt wanted a divorce. Leland Cobain, Kurt's beloved grandfather, had spoken to Kurt not long before he died. Kurt shared that he was planning to divorce Courtney in the near future, something the two of them would have likely discussed further had they gone on their planned fishing trip. After Kurt was killed, his attorney, Rosemary Carroll, came forward to say that he had recently approached her to have documents written excluding his wife, Courtney Love, whom he was planning to divorce, from his will. Unfortunately, Kurt did not live long enough to move forward with his plans to divorce Love, who had been cheating on him and had signed a prenuptial agreement.
Was that public, that he was about to divorce her?
No. So we found out there are recordings of, they shared an entertainment attorney, which seems a little bit like a conflict of interest to me, but
Slightly.
Rosemary Carroll, right, went on record saying Kurt wanted a divorce and he wanted to sign papers taking Courtney out of his will. And this is on YouTube. You can Google it because somebody actually recorded it illegally and put it on YouTube. But that's why we know it exists. And she also said that Courtney had messaged her as well and said, Rosemary, find the nastiest, meanest divorce lawyer you can because Kurt wants a divorce and I'm not going to get anything.
Wow.
So we know that he did want a divorce at the time of his death. Again, things that you're not going to find in a book.
I know we have to take a break, but when we come back, I definitely want to get into all the forensic analysis of why you do not think that he shot himself.
So much. I did not know in your documentary. So well done. Again, Google it. It's on YouTube. I'm surprised you didn't get picked up on any of the streamers.
Oh, thank you. Now we have like 1 million documentary requests.
Oh.
And but not for this specifically. They want to talk about exactly.
The reopening, yes.
All right. Michelle Wilkins is here. Who killed Kurt Cobain? It wasn't him. This is what she says, and she's got a lot more evidence. We'll get into it next. You're on 99X.
The best of the Morning X on 99X.
Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
The original
99.
And now back to the continuation of the story from a few minutes ago. You're on the Best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Barnes, it's Leslie, and our special guest is Michelle Wilkins. Who Killed Kurt Cobain? You've got to see this documentary, which is out there, what actually happened to Kurt Cobain. You guys did such a fantastic job. I want to play another clip from that and get into some of the why in this case. Take a look.
Kurt Cobain did not write the supposed suicide note. Have you read the note found at the scene of Kurt's death? It's a letter to his fans explaining why he is leaving Nirvana. It was written months prior to his death and placed at the scene, with the last 4 lines added by someone who had been practicing Kurt's handwriting. The SPD claimed it was a note written to Courtney and Francis, yet it was signed Kurt Cobain. How often do you sign your full name when leaving a note for your very close loved ones? The note has recently been assessed by 2 separate forensic handwriting experts using new AI technology to test for style and tone. These experts have come to the conclusion that the last 4 lines were not written by Kurt.
When you look at the note, it is so obvious that the same person did not write both things.
Right? Yeah. And you know what the SPD said was, well, we feel like at the end he was hurrying, so he just finished the last 4 lines like that.
How can they answer that?
Right? If you look at the note, and look at the note the way it says, I love you, it's like goodbye, cruel world. It's very dramatic, those last 4 lines. Kurt has never talked like that in his life. His journals were released, and we could not find any match to the pleading, the tone, the very strange forensic linguistic way that note finished. And so we also know from Rosemary Carroll there was a practice note found in Courtney Love's backpack at her house, and she was practicing Cobain's handwriting. So we gave that to the handwriting expert, and we said, could this person have written that note? And he said, yeah. And he said he's never seen that in his entire career. He's a court-certified handwriting expert. He has never seen a wife's or a spouse's handwriting match so closely, ever.
Let's now get into the details, because I read this and I'm like, it makes so much sense. First of all, his autopsy, right? He had high levels of morphine from heroin. So how do you interpret that, the high doses, how he could have self-administered the dose and then operated a shotgun?
I mean, it's very funny. The SPD says that he would have had to inject three times without a tourniquet. There's no tourniquet at the scene. So he goes and does 3 veins separately because that amount of morphine wouldn't fit in one needle. They allege he put the caps back on the needles, because you would totally do that as you're overdosing.
Right. Cleanliness.
Put the needles... Right, exactly. You don't want people to find your scene messy. Put the needles away, moved the box, rolled down his sleeves from where he'd injected, buttoned them up, because buttoning is easy after you've taken 3 syringes of black tar heroin, and then used a 5-foot, 6-pound shotgun to end his life. Now, we know from the pathologists we've spoken to, heroin affects you very quickly when injected. 15, 20 seconds. Not time to be running around, putting caps on needles, moving boxes away, rolling down your sleeves. Why would he roll down his sleeves and button them up if he's ready to use a shotgun?
Makes no sense. One of the times I can remember some times when I got goosebumps in situations and nerves. One of them was when I was in Seattle and I punched into my GPS 171 Lake Washington Boulevard, and that's the house where this all happened. And I went to the house. I'm sure you've been there, right?
Yep.
I mean, just the aura coming off of that house, and they've since destroyed. I know the greenhouse is gone. Is the house still there?
Yeah, the house is still there. Yeah, Courtney had the greenhouse destroyed about a year after Kurt died.
Well, gee, that's fitting. The more you know about this, and with Courtney's character, it all kind of makes sense. But when I was there and I stood and I stared back, because it was still there at the time. This was fresh. And when there was a guy in your documentary that was there, and a group of people, I guess, that were also in the house, So this claim of, I had never heard that there was two friends out in front when the gun went off. So if somebody was up there and they did that to Kurt, how did the friend not see someone exit or anything happen?
So the people came in, and you'll see in the documentary. So the witnesses are there. And by the way, 3 of those witnesses are still alive and should be questioned, I believe, by the Seattle Police Department. And
they're all users too, which adds a level.
And the woman, there were 2 women there. One of them has passed away. And the woman who was there works at the Salvation Army now. She's not using anymore. She's cleaned up her life completely. But yes, the person we had in our documentary is still using. And that's how I got into the podcast, was because I was afraid he was going to pass away before we got his statement recorded. And thank goodness he's doing better. But yeah, so they went out to leave because, the party had kind of ended. Somebody came in and forced Kurt back up to the greenhouse.
But Kurt was not in the party. I mean, I watched your documentary.
No.
He was off doing his own thing in the greenhouse, right?
Yeah. He kind of liked to be up there. It was smaller. It was, kind of what he was used to. And he thought he was scared when he was home. That's why he had the shotgun.
Because Courtney was gone. Courtney was
in LA. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then, a couple of guys come in and say, Kurt, let's go use in the greenhouse. Let's do some more dope. And Kurt didn't want to do any more dope. And they sort of pushed him, manhandled him back up to the greenhouse. And that's when the other witnesses decided to leave because things were getting weird. And then they were standing outside and they heard a shotgun. And one of the girls was screaming. She kind of freaked out. And then they got in the car and left.
Then who do you think was the killer?
Do you want me to say his name on the...
If you're comfortable saying it.
You won't believe where this is headed. More after a quick break.
This story isn't over.
You're on the best of the Morning X on 99X. We're back to the continuation of the segment from a few minutes ago. If you missed any, catch it on the Morning X podcast. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
We are discussing this fascinating documentary, What Actually Happened to Kurt Cobain.
We're talking to Michelle Wilkins. Michelle, of course, the creator of this documentary and also the main researcher in opening up this case.
Then who do you think was the killer?
Do you want me to say his name on the...
If you're comfortable saying it.
We believe it was Dylan Carlson, who was alleged to be Kurt's best friend.
Was he the guy with the missing arm?
No, Joe Burns is the witness.
Okay, that's a different...
Yeah.
Okay, that's the witness.
Yes.
This was the guy who was in the house.
Exactly right, yeah.
And he's alive still?
He's alive. He plays in a band called Earth. And they still play.
Do you feel uncomfortable? Yeah. Have you said that publicly that you think it's him?
Many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've seen so many of these stories where, as you said earlier, the police don't want to look like they foiled the case. But I definitely want to ask you about how you think everything was staged. Because when I read this, I was like, this, again, makes so much sense. How he couldn't have done this. It was staged. So talk about the whole staging.
Yeah, the bullet. The casing, where it landed.
Well, that's the funny thing is that when we started investigating, so we figured somebody must have investigated this in 31 years, but nobody had ever tested the shotgun. So we were very lucky to get an investor who purchased a replica, like the exact same shotgun. So we had 2 of the same shotgun that we could test. And it has a long recoil. It's a 5-foot shotgun. It's really old school. It has a very long recoil. So if you put your hand on the forward barrel, anywhere on that forward barrel, and we tested a tight grip, a little bit. Now, this is in the SPD report that Kurt's hand was found on the forward barrel. So it would have been found up very close to his mouth. That shotgun won't eject a shell at all. So we're seeing a shell to Kurt's left on a jacket, and the ejection port is to the right. So at first we thought, it went to it's the wrong way. So we thought, that was staged. Then we realized, hey, it wasn't just on the wrong side. There shouldn't be a shell. If Kurt's hand had been on that shotgun, it would not have ejected a shell. So we believe, and you know this when you talk about the blood spatter, because there isn't any on his hand, that his hand was placed on the shotgun after he was shot.
This is all so fascinating and unbelievable.
Yeah.
Where can people get more from you if they want?
If you Google Who Killed Kurt Official, or just go to whokilledkurt.org, it's all there. Everything is, of course, for free. We've done hundreds of podcasts along with the documentary. We talk about the science and we break it down. We have forensic scientists on. A forensic pathologist just came on as well to explain it to people.
You've done such a good job, and I could see where these cops are like, I'm not going to let this pink-haired girl come in here, punk rock chick, and tell me how to do my job.
But everything that you have written and researched, to me, is dead on.
Dead on.
Sorry about dead, but
yeah,
yes.
no pun intended.
No.
Right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Man, if this gets reopened, Michelle, please come back. We want to hear,
Yes.
go along on this journey with you. Thank you for being on and for sharing all this, because it's super fascinating.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I'm so honored that people still care this much about Kurt. Really
so wild.
Yeah.
He's the reason we're here. This is the original We Are 99X.
The best of the Morning X.
99X.
The best of the Morning X on 99X.
Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy.
The original
99X.
Let's bring the panel on, Fram.
Let's meet him.
The dating panel.
Dominique?
Is it Dominic, I think, isn't it?
That's it.
Dominic.
Hey,
Dominic is 30. What do you do?
I'm a stand-up comic.
What?
Are you really?
Yeah, I am.
Where do you work?
Well, I actually have a part-time job where I own a telephone company, but I do stand-up comedy on the side.
Have
Yeah.
you been? Have you performed anywhere in town?
The Punchline.
You've been at the Punchline?
I've been at the Punchline and Red Light Cafe and Eddie's Attic and.
Jimmy needs help Thursday night at the Punchline.
Yes, he does need help.
What's your last name?
What?
What's your last name? So when we go to see you, we know who we're seeing.
You'll see Dominic Karuba.
Dominic Karuba.
There you
Yep.
go.
Name sounds
We'll
a
look
little
for
Actually, I should be there in September with Jerry Farber.
Okay.
all right,
We'll look for you.
Jerry's been here. Well, welcome to the
Okay.
show.
And we have 31-year-old Jeff. Jeff, what do you do?
Network operator.
Network
sounds
operator.
official.
What network do you operate?
NT, basically.
Huh?
Computer networks.
Oh, okay.
Now, what would a computer guy know about dating? Just kidding. Just kidding.
lot.
Jeff, we're teasing here.
He-
Go to
he-
Annette.
Annette.
Annette's 36 and single.
Hi, Annette.
Hi.
What do you do?
In business for myself in home pet sitting.
Home pet
Home
sitting?
pet
Yes.
sitting.
Have you been married before?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
All righty.
Well, she's currently single.
Okay.
Pam.
Hey.
Hi, Pam.
Hey.
Pam is 44.
Hey.
What do you do?
I work for South Trust Bank.
Ever been married?
Yeah.
For how long?
20 years.
Ooh, are you freshly
Whoa.
out?
Huh?
Are you freshly back on the scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, you got married young, yeah?
No.
No? You're
No.
only 44 and you've been married 20 years.
So I was 23 when I got married.
Like I said, you got married young.
That's pretty young.
You don't think 23 is young?
Well, at the time, a lot of people got married a lot younger.
That's true.
That's true.
Okay, let's go
Okay.
to Brian.
Okay.
Brian's 32.
All righty.
He'll round out the panel.
Hey, Brian.
Brian.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hey.
you're there.
What do you do, Brian?
I sell brass.
You sell brass?
Work for a brass company in Atlanta.
I
A
never
brass company.
never heard of that.
Brass furniture and
No, it'll be
Brass
more
knuckles?
things that cater to the hospitality industry, sneeze guards, brass railings.
Sneeze bars?
what's a sneeze bar?
So people don't sneeze on your food when you're walking through Morrison's cafeteria.
Oh, you mean the
for
sneeze
the
guard.
salad bar.
Like the Lucite sneeze guard. I didn't
Is
know
that what that was?
Yeah, it's called a sneeze
I
guard.
thought that was just casing to make it look good.
No, it's so you don't...
The sneeze guard.
So your kid doesn't drip their snotty nose on your...
I'm going to go see if it works.
on the
Try at
turnips.
that buffet today.
Okay, folks, we have some topics, some situations here. We're going to put them up to the panel. We'll have a little discussion. We'll tell you how the survey result turned out. Why don't we start with?
Should the person who requested the date pay? Very easy. You request the date, should you pay?
Dominic?
If, let's see, who's got the, depends on what genitals you have.
Okay.
It depends on which genitals.
Well, you've
you
only
have.
got two choices.
You've only got two choices. So the person without the vagina pays.
Nice.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
We don't use the.
That wasn't the question.
That
V-word
is,
out.
however, the phrase
That
that
is how it
pays.
turns out.
That is the phrase that pays, however.
Yes.
So you're saying the guy should pay no matter who asks whom?
Most of the time, the guy should pay.
Most of the time?
That's right.
All right, Jeff?
Depends. If the woman offers, I think the guy should accept.
Should she automatically pay?
No, I think the guy should offer at first if she doesn't.
The guy should offer, all right. Annette?
Okay.
I think it just depends on the situation. but I'd like it if they pay more.
I bet you would. There you go.
Are you saying
I'm tired of carrying my own.
Are you saying most guys don't pay for their dates with you? Pay for the date?
Yeah, they do, but we just pretty well seems to always end up being split up because it's such a spur-of-the-moment situation.
So no matter what, you should be the one not paying. Is that what you're saying?
I don't mind paying here and there.
But if you requested the date, should you pay?
It depends on what we're doing.
The question is, if you ask for the date,
I know,
should you pay?
I know.
You, Annette, ask somebody to dinner.
Are you obligating his money?
I guess I am, aren't I, in today's time?
All righty. Pam?
Dominic, we'll get you her number later.
Pam?
Well, I like what Dominique said, but, if you request the date, then you should pay.
Amen, Pam. Brian?
I'll always offer to pay up front. It's kind of a test to see if they'll bring out their wallet and offer to pay half of it up front.
Yeah.
Huh. So you go Dutch on the first date, always?
I'll always offer to pay, but it's a little bit of a test. If you meet someone who's really looking to be taken care of, they'll never pull out their wallet and offer to pay half of it.
What if you ask to go? What if you ask her out on the date? Do you
I'll always offer to pay regardless on the first day, especially.
Well, if you ask her to pay, there's no way you should let her.
I will pay.
Yeah.
Ask her for the
Jimmy?
I'm kind of. I will always offer to pay no matter and insist. I will always insist on paying no matter who has asked out the person.
I have to say that if the girl asks, that she should be ready to pay.
She should be ready to. I won't allow it.
I would.
Yeah, I never allow that.
If she asked, but that doesn't happen that often the other way. But if they asked, hell yeah.
Yeah. I'll let them pay.
Let them pay.
I'll let them pay like for coffee maybe 3 or 4 dates in, but that's about it.
I think if the person who requested the date should pay.
Yeah, the
What's
person.
that?
If the girl comes to you and says, "Hey, you want to go out and I'd like to take you to dinner?" Well, that doesn't mean, "Hey, would you buy me dinner?" That's what that means in your speak.
Yeah. Well, normally though, what happens is
And
if
it's not
like
an
I
issue
get
of
asked,
money. It's just if they wanted the date, then
Yeah.
hey, that.
Because normally what will happen, at least like that has been my experience, and guys tell me if it's been your experience, is if the girl, let's say, calls and says, "Hey, you want to get something to eat," I usually end up choosing the restaurant. And so if I'm going to choose the restaurant, then I'm going to pay, because what if I choose a restaurant that she can't afford?
On a date, I don't agree. But so here's how the panel came through. 71% of men under 35 believe the person who requested the date should pay, whereas only 37% of females under 35 feel the same. So about half of that many feel the same.
Well, a lot less than half.
37% to 71%, yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Let's
go
skip
to the
next.
next-
A little more than half,
Let's
actually.
skip the next one. Yeah, let's go to the next one.
More of that story is coming up next after the short break. You're listening to the best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X. We're back to the continuation of the story from minutes ago.
If you missed any,
Catch it on the Morning X podcast. This is the best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Okay, folks, we have some topics, some situations here. We're going to put them up to the panel. We'll have a little discussion. We'll tell you how the survey result turned out. How long? Who's beeping?
Who's that?
Sounds like someone's phone or...
Who's beeping?
Not me.
Okay, turn it off,
Guys,
whoever it is. Come on.
There's only 5 of you. I mean, somebody's got to... Who is doing that?
Somebody.
Not me.
All right.
Mess up.
Mr. Network.
No.
All right, there's a joker in the bunch. Okay. Is that your phone, Barnes?
It's not mine.
I think that's your phone.
No, it's not. Look, nothing's going on.
Alert.
Is that
It's
yours?
your phone.
No, I don't.
It's your phone.
It's your phone.
Stupid, it's your phone.
Hang on a
Jimmy
minute. I'm
about
on
to
my next
hang
cell.
somebody. Who's middle of the show?
All right, let me turn
Okay.
this. After a first date, how long should you wait before calling? Actually,
After a good first date.
how long should you wait before calling? This is an age-old question that was beautifully discussed in
Swingers.
Yeah. Dominic?
After the first date, if it went really well,
Yep.
you should actually just nudge him in the morning.
Hey. Dominic trying out his material.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to call.
Huh?
So after a really good first date, 2 days.
2 days.
2 days? That's,
If
yeah.
it's a really good date, no more than 2 days.
You have to build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of build. You can't do it the day after.
At least 24 hours.
I love the way this was dissecting swingers.
72 hours, it's cold.
In swingers, they said 2 days was industry standard.
Okay. That was after you meet a girl.
Oh, that's right. That was
Yeah,
after
if you meet a girl in the bar,
get the number.
in 2 days.
that's
After you get the number.
Okay, Jeff?
If it went good, next morning, ask her out for lunch.
Ooh, that's too aggressive.
Quick.
Ooh,
Putting
quick,
the
Jeff.
press on, Jeff.
Yeah, a little hardcore press there.
Well, that's his opinion.
Okay.
Annette?
Annette?
2 days is sufficient.
2 days. Pam?
2 days.
Brian?
2 or 3 days, but no later than 4 or 5, and I think you'll
Ooh, 5 and she's gone.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, she's off the hook. She spit the hook by then.
And Annette, after that, and that 2-day call, you're going to be working up that appetite for the next free meal?
I said I would take my share if I asked for it.
Just playing with you. Okay, what are the stats there, Jimmy?
Well, first of all, what do you feel?
Me, at least 24 hours. You have to build up the wants and the needs.
I have a question for the ladies. Do you think it's okay? Let's say you have a good first date.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything wrong with a guy calling the next day just to say, even if it's just to leave a message, to say, "Hey, I just want to let you know I had a good time last
That's
night.
great.
I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later."
Love it.
Yeah, that's great.
That would work.
I've been very impressed
But
with
only-
guys that have done that.
Only
Okay.
get the voicemail. Don't get the live operator.
Well, it's okay to.
Nah, get the voicemail.
No, I think it's okay to get the live operator.
voicemail-
You just don't jump on another date immediately.
Nah, the voicemail, they'll listen to it all day.
I got to play the game.
Yeah, it's a game.
Voicemail's probably more ideal in this situation, though. You're right. Okay, good. I will. If it's a real good first date, I'll call and the next day.
So
and
what do
say,
the
"Hey,
pros
okay."
say? What's the story?
They say 42% of women over 36. Let's just say 42% of women say you should wait a week before calling after a good first date. Yeah, wait a week? Well, that's why these women are over 36 and single.
A week is a long time.
Well, I mean, am I right? You know, come on. 80% of men said 2 to 4 days is most appropriate. There we go.
Okay, there's one more about kissing, Fran.
you want to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do
That's a
that
good one.
Yes.
Kiss or no kiss on the first date? Kiss or no kiss on the first date? Dominic?
And it makes all the difference if it's a second date or not. Definitely kiss.
This is the first date.
He says definitely.
Yes.
Okay, Jeff?
I think kissing the cheek at the end of it would be good.
Yeah, that's nice. That's always nice. Annette?
Kiss on the cheek works. Yeah.
Pam?
Well, if they're buying the meal, better give a little more than the cheek there, Annette.
Pam?
Kiss.
Kiss.
Really?
Tongue or no tongue.
Pam.
on if you had a good time or not.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
that's
the
a question.
determiner, tongue or no tongue.
What kind of kiss? Well, what kind of
Car
kiss?
in gear when they drop you off, something's wrong.
Yeah, if they just like hit neutral.
Yeah, it depends what gear. That's a good, if the car is still in, if he's just got his foot on the brake and it's in drive.
Do they put it in park?
If they have their keys out at dinner, you're in big trouble.
How about women? Hey, guys, how about women who have their hand on the door handle before the car even comes to a stop? And they got one hand on the door handle, the other hand in their purse.
Then you don't kiss them.
Kiss them.
That way.
Yeah.
Brian,
they're
what
out
about
the
you?
door.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Fram, and you?
No.
No kiss on the first
Yeah,
date?
I like the mystique, the mystery,
I
the
say
build-up.
kiss. First date kiss, yeah. If it goes well,
Jimmy?
obviously.
I
If it's going
have.
well, you can only take so much mystery.
What's that?
I said if it's going well, you can only take so much mystery.
Well,
really?
Yeah, my feeling on that, though, is you never are hurt by leaving the audience wanting more, as we say in show business.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there are some women who will get kind of skittish and frightened. They may get a little back, what's the word I'm looking for?
Back off.
They may kind of back up a little bit.
Cautious light.
If you are a little too aggressive on the first date. So I believe.
You can read it, though.
Yeah, but I believe
Come up.
you're never hurt by saying no kiss. The girl's never gonna not go out with you because you didn't kiss her.
Sometimes
but
a quick hug is okay.
a hug is fine.
Yeah.
A high five is always good.
You know what? You know what? Hey, I have no problem.
The panel likes that one.
Hey, you know what? Listen, I have no problem. I'll maybe slap her on the ass. But there's nothing wrong with that.
He won't kiss her, but
I won't kiss her, but a little potch on the
Here are
rump.
the results.
So-
56% of women prefer no kiss on the first date, while 18% of men think the woman should initiate the first kiss.
Well, those 18% are going to be very lonely.
really.
Thank you, panel.
Thanks, panel.
The best of the Morning X. 99X. This is the best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. Proving once again that radio budgets are lower than ever.
99X.
Did you have a good time last night?
Shut up.
Had Jimmy set up throughout the first pitch.
Will you
because
tell
he
me
was-
what happened last
He
night?
was so critical of me
Oh, I
throwing
know he
out
did.
the first pitch. I give it
this
to you. I
was-
hit the dirt, but Jimmy.
You got busted,
We're
yes.
standing there. I have never in my, Speedo at Big Day Out.
I was
Piece of
loving
cake.
this.
Piece of
What
cake.
about all those claims you made late in the show yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, we walked down
so
there, and
we're
I
walking-
sat in Ted's little box to watch because I wanted to be up close.
There's they have little ceremonies and stuff before each game. So there's a lot of people in this one little waiting area, and they say, "Oh, hey, Jimmy from 99X, come on down," and a whole bunch of people, and they have the first pitch and all that.
You
And
said
I
it was going
down
to be
there.
easy.
Yeah, it was. Throwing out the first pitch would have been easy.
Yeah.
However, imagine my surprise when they announced, and now will you all please welcome Jimmy Barron from WNNX Radio to sing the national anthem.
What?
There you go.
Scrotum over here sets me up to sing the national anthem.
Because I thought to myself the night before, what would be the shock?
This
'Cause
guy.
I thought he would have done that to me.
No
So-
way you can turn your back when you've got everybody waiting.
No, you
to
can't
bow
turn
their
your-
heads.
And you can't make a joke out of it either.
Of course not,
No,
because
you
then
can't.
then
can't
you're
ma-
Roseanne.
No, you don't want to. You don't do that. And
You
so
looked so scared.
You had to sing the national anthem?
You looked
Barnes,
the most scared
I'm
I've
so
ever
mad at
seen
you
you look.
so mad at you for not telling me. I would have made a
Well,
special trip.
This
Oh
was-
my God.
I swear to God. So first, because I knew something was wrong, because there was this guy from the Rotary Club was there, and Barnes had already said that the guy from the Rotary Club had canceled. That's why I was going to be able to throw out the first pitch. But he set it up with some of his little friends down at the Braves that this whole joke. Well, I don't know if they knew it was a joke or not. I don't
This
know. Did
may
you tell
have-
them
No,
I could
no,
sing?
no, I
they
couldn't
wouldn't
tell
have
them
gone
because
along
then they
with
wouldn't
it.
have done it.
Yeah. So they
Because
said,
it's a national anthem. What are you going to do? Butcher it? You
Right.
can't.
So I know there's something wrong because the Rotarian guy is there, and he mentioned some. I see him kind of warming up, and I'm thinking, what the hell is he doing? And then when the guy says, "And now will you please welcome from WNNX Radio to sing our national anthem," and I'm
Let's just go to the tape.
and
Let's go
No.
to the TED.
man.
This is scary.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last
You sound
gleam,
scared to death.
whose broad stripes and bright stars here I start through the perilous fight over ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
Here we go.
and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, get through the night. Crowd is not into this. That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Oh, no. What was that?
Well, just wait.
You got brave or what? You sounded 12.
I was
red
scared,
as a tomato.
absolutely scared to death.
That was worse than when you got on stage last year at Big Day out in the Speedo.
I don't know. I was scared to death. And I had to go for the free. I had to go for it because I always hate the singers.
He was looking at me the whole time with his look on his face.
What were you doing, Barnes?
I almost started laughing. I almost started cracking up.
Were you crying, laughing?
Well, I knew he couldn't back out of it. What was he going to say?
I mean, tears were rolling down your eyes.
It hurt.
I'm speechless.
I was absolutely terrified.
I am cringing for you.
I don't like when I watch those guys do the anthem and they don't go for the two-tiered, home of the free.
You did the Brandy thing. You did like, you put your hand up.
Jimmy. I have a whole new respect for you.
This is the best of the Morning X.
When I met Jimmy myself, I laughed. I said, "Who on earth is that bumpkin? Where did they get him? He's really no hope."
99X. The best of the Morning X. 99X.
This is 99X. We are the Morning X. It's Barnes, it's Leslie, it's Crash Clark on traffic. We have a pretty incredible someone you should know right now. This is a Morning X and 99X listener. Goes way back into our timeline. His name is Steven Peterson, and he is on an incredible journey that I think will motivate you once you hear all that went on. First of all, welcome, Steven. Hi, Steven. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Your story is gives me goosebumps just what I'm about to say. You went from a 5% chance of walking to completing a 10K with a walker, which that alone, I know your journey has moved on past the walker, but let's back up. How did you find yourself in this position being told by doctors you had a 5% chance to ever walk again? What happened?
So basically, I've been a big Pearl Jam fan, so I am a big, huge alt-rock fan, over the years. And I've seen Pearl Jam 43 times. I was up in Nashville last May.
Wow.
And basically I went on a binge. I saw Cage the Elephant Monday night, and then I kept drinking. I was taking Adderall, and it was just a complete kind of blackout, brownout. I remember the first show. They had a show Tuesday and Thursday night, and then I don't remember anything after the first show. And then I ended up waking up like Friday morning when housekeeping came in. So it was like 2 or 3 days later, I was laying on my floor. I don't know what happened. I fell somehow, and I injured my spinal cord. Somehow my vertebrae, when I fell, I'm a tall guy, I'm like 6'5", and my vertebrae was pushed into my spinal cord. So then the housekeeping came in. I was like, I didn't know what was going on because I hadn't eaten anything or drank anything for like 3 days. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay one more day. And then they came in the next day. I'm like, I couldn't move my legs. I'm like, I need help. I need an ambulance. So I went straight to Vanderbilt Medical Center. And then they did an emergency spinal fusion surgery. And that's when they told my family that I had a 5% chance of walking after that.
Hold on. So you're in a hotel room. You somehow fall, go down, and then they don't find you for 2 days?
Yeah, for 2 days because I put do not disturb because I was by myself.
What do you think happened? You said you don't remember what happened, but what do you think happened?
I think, the last thing I remember, the first thing I remember when I woke up, I popped out of bed and I couldn't move my back and I just fell over. So I think I might have had a seizure from the Adderall and I fell and I just like hit my back and then I fell over maybe. And then that was it. I mean, I don't know. I was completely blackout and I've done that for years. And so it was just God's grace, whatever you want to call it.
You did what for years? Blacked out? You blacked out for years?
Blacked out for years. I was a blackout drinker for 10, 15 years. Yeah, for sure.
What year did this happen? Just curious.
Just last year.
Yeah, the last tour.
May.
Okay.
The last tour. I was up in Nashville. I saw him, and I was between jobs, so it was one of those things where I was following him around. It's not Pearl Jam's fault. My family wants to say,
of course not.
No, Pearl Jam actually saved my life. Like, the fact that I blacked out and I had this injury, now I'm gotten sober now. So I started going to AA and I've been sober over 9 months now. My mental clarity is coming back at 48. I mean, it's freaking awesome, man. So thank God I'm still alive and there's a reason I can help other people, whether it's the sobriety thing or just helping people inspire, like people with disabilities that are in walkers and wheelchairs that have spinal cord injuries. So there's so many different avenues that have opened up. It's incredible.
You're definitely an inspiration, Stephen, and I want to kind of relate to this a little bit because I've had a love-hate relationship with alcohol for my entire adult life. Do you think part of your healing process is the fact that you are now sober? Because if you think about it, with alcohol, you have less inflammation, you have better muscle build. Do you think your sobriety is actually assisting with your rehab?
Absolutely. If I was still drinking and getting blackout drunk, I wouldn't be anywhere near close. I mean, because I would have the inflammation, and then I also wouldn't have the motivation as well. I mean, it would like, you know, now that I'm sober 9 months, I have so much more motivation. I couldn't even like help my family out. I'm so much more present for my family. When I wasn't a daily drinker, but I was drinking heavily on the weekends and binge drinking with my buddies. And so now, like, I have all this motivation to, like, hang out with my brother and, like, drive down to, like, Riverdale. And, like, I would have never have done that if I hadn't gotten sober. So now it's just, like, my whole world has opened up because of sobriety.
It's crazy how some trauma like that in your life turns you to a different path completely. You were a runner, right, before?
Yep. I was a runner before. Yep.
And you come back and you did this January, whenever it was, the Polar Peachtree, the reverse. I know it's just a couple of years old, but when you run it in reverse, now obviously you didn't run. At that stage, you were with a walker, right?
Yeah. So I just walked it. So I did 10K, so it was like 6.2 miles, and I walked it in like 5 hours with my friends.
So something that stands out to me, like you're doing this thing in a walker, just, you know, months after you're told you had a 5% chance of walking. On that path, when you passed the Shepherd Center, the spinal center, what in the world were you thinking as you're walking past this place with a walker and you're on the opposite side of the glass, you're looking up at this building? What was going on in your mind? Because you would have never noticed it before had you just been doing this for the fun of it.
No, exactly. I would have ran right by it, not even give it a second thought. I'm so grateful to Shepherd Center because I was there for a couple of months after the spinal cord injury, and they were so great in taking care of me. I mean, it's an amazing place for people that had spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries. I mean, they do so much for the community of Atlanta, the state of Georgia, the whole country, actually.
But what was going through your mind? Like, after spending those months on the other side of the glass, in there, in a hospital room, and now you're walking past it months later, what was the emotion overcoming you? I mean, it's just gratitude. It's gratitude, and this is a big part of AA and sobriety, too. It's just like, I'm grateful to be alive, and then when you have a near-death experience and you're, like, laying in bed and you're, like, pooping and peeing yourself, it's like, man, I'm so glad to be here. And the fact that, like, I can even walk and I can move around and I can like participate in a 5 or a 10K and then a half marathon. I mean, it's amazing. Unreal. You know, so like, wow, that's what it just hits me. So I'm really grateful for that. I mean, I don't think I'm any kind of like special person. It's just like the way God made me kind of thing. It's like, I just want to go out there and make it happen and just push myself, you know? So, and this is another amazing thing. Before my injury, I didn't have that much energy because I was like, drinking and like I was kind of lost. But now after my injury, I'm sober and I have all this energy because I have a direction and a purpose in my life. You know, so it's incredible what can happen through this trauma that occurred.
This segment's not even close to being over.
You don't want to miss part 2 coming up next.
This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
My name is Megan Klingenberg. I was a professional soccer player for over 10 years, and like most players, I gotta be honest, I have some baggage when it comes to referees. I wanted to know, who are these refs? What kind of person gives up their weekend to call fouls and hand out cards? Why do they do it? So this time on the U.S. Soccer Podcast, I'm going to referee camp. The U.S. Soccer Podcast presented by Henkel. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
We're back to the continuation of the segment from a few minutes ago. If you missed any, catch it on the Morning X podcast. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
It truly is inspiring. We're talking to Stephen Peterson. Stephen, this is all based on his inspiring story from 5% to the finish line, Stephen Peterson's comeback after spinal injury. I'd love to talk about, though, your future goals, because I know that you want to go back and do the Peachtree Road Race. This year, which is incredible.
Wow.
What would that mean to you, like going to the finish line and representing after everything that's happened to you?
It would just mean so much. I mean, I teared up after I did my half marathon, after I did the polar opposite 10K. I mean, there's just so much gratitude to you just experience life at another level, because it's like I wake up every day that I'm grateful to be alive. So like everything after that is like gravy, kind of thing. So it kind of like resets all your expectations. But my goals are just to keep training. I want to do the New York City Marathon, the full marathon, next year.
Wow.
When I turn 50.
That's incredible.
And hopefully I can run it or walk it.
But back to the Peachtree, you did the walker for the Polar Peachtree. Now, for this one, you're on. Now, what are you on? What's helping you walk right now? You have crutches?
I'm on forearm crutches, yeah. So I'm on those so I can walk, where I'm taking, steps with my legs. So that's the next step after a walker. And I'm just pushing through. Like, I need to start training even more. And, like, I get out on the Greenway. I live in Alpharetta, so I get out there and just, trying to do miles on Sunday, on the weekend. And it just feels good. I mean, I feel the most alive when I work out, when I walk, when I lift. I mean, it's just, I've had a total like 180 in my life because of the injury.
180. Imagine this. All this stuff that you're doing now was not even on the radar because you were so drunk you couldn't even think about it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, when you like are a big binge drinker, I mean, you're just getting by. You just like float through life, right? So it's just like moving on to the next concert or the sporting event or like the next party. But for this, I'm replacing my bar culture with gym culture.
Yeah, it's a numbing. I mean, you go to a concert, then you numb yourself to death, and then you get up and you try to go to another concert.
You going to any concerts coming up?
Yeah, you know what? My goal is to go to Europe, actually. Now my new focus is to be a travel agent.
They're back?
And help people.
Europe's back. The final countdown.
Stop it.
Or you mean Europe?
I'm going to go to Europe. I'm going to see Foo Fighters. I'm going to see Foo Fighters. And then I'm going to blog it. I'm going to be like, okay, here's how it is to travel sober. Here's how it is to travel with a wheelchair or walker kind of thing.
How can people follow you? Where do we follow you on social media so people who want to follow along in your journey, where should they go?
It's just at SCI2TO 26.2. So SCI is spinal cord injury, so SCI, then 2TO, and then 26.2, which is a marathon. That's Instagram and TikTok. Yep.
Incredible story, Stephen. It was so great to meet you. Please stay in touch with us and let us know how you're progressing. This is highly motivating, I believe, for people to hear your story and what the mind is capable of doing. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Thank you. Stephen Peterson, someone you should know, a 99X Morning X listener who has been put through the ringer. And he is on his way back bigger and better than ever. Thank you, Stephen. This is the original We Are 99X.
The best of the Morning X. 99X.
Welcome to the best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. Lowering expectations one segment at a time.
99X.
This is called Time Check. Now, we have here some classified ads from the Los Angeles Times. All right? And we have the appliance section. We have some home appliances, TVs. We have furniture, patio stuff. We're going to call up inquiring about purchasing this item, one of these items, to this private party. And you have to guess. This is a 50-50 shot. Let's first get a contestant. Let's
go to Noelle. Hey, Noelle.
Yes.
Hi, Noelle.
Hello.
Okay, so you heard that so far, right?
Yes.
All right. You're going to have to guess within a minute or outside a minute. How long will it take for the person on the other end to say, "Do you know what time it is?"
Or refer
tell
to
us-
the time.
or
it's
tell us
4:15 in the morning or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Any sort of time reference.
Well, not any sort of time. It's got to be one of those. One of those. I
So
don't wanna make
within
it
a
too
minute
broad.
or without, right?
Yeah. Do you think
it's either going
within
to
a-
happen in a minute or not?
I say out of a minute.
You
think
say it won't happen in a minute.
No.
Okay. We're gonna call. Okay. Here's the listing. Very pretty couch with floral print. Very clean and good condition. $100.
Put Noelle on hold.
No, she didn't have to be
You
on
leave her
hold.
on? Okay, be real quiet, Noelle.
Okay.
You're going to stay on the stage during the act.
Area code 626. Man, they have
Never
more.
heard of that.
they
In
got
LA?
More area codes in LA. They got 323, 626.
Okay, the clock starts when they answer.
Hello.
Oh, hi. I was inquiring about your couch.
Yeah, the couch is still for sale.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It has green. The colors are green, red, peach color,
Mm-hmm.
a little pink, and blue.
How old is it?
It's about 7 years old.
A 7-year-old couch.
Yes.
And it's just the sofa. It's not the sofa and love seat.
It's not a love seat, no.
Okay.
It's a couch.
Could I come over like within the next half hour and take a look at it?
What time is it?
Let me give you a call right back. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Why'd you
Jimmy.
give the... What?
She
got
said
it.
she wouldn't do it in a minute.
Oh, that's right. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Jimmy had to take her there with, can I come over? That's all right,
boy.
Noelle. Maybe
Okay.
next time.
Alrighty.
You know what I want to get, Jimmy? I want to get that sound from The Price is Right. The wah, wah, wah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Noelle. We'll give away some more tomorrow.
Does somebody
All right,
have
Barnes,
a
you try one.
trombone or something they can make that for us?
Just make
I
one.
just want to
Wah, wah, wah. The loser. Actually, that
the
would be
loser
good.
sound.
Kind of sounds good with you just doing it,
All
Barnes.
right.
No, I don't want to do it all the time. Okay, Rob.
All right, let's find something.
New queen mattress set in package, $185. Pillow top, 20-year warranty, $260.
Still before a minute.
You still before a minute?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, I'm calling about the new queen mattress set. Do you still have that available?
Yeah, in the middle of the night, right.
Excuse me?
Get a life. I think that counts.
Didn't actually say the word time, but
You should call the guy back.
middle of the night.
Last minute.
Guy wants to...
In the middle of the night.
Barnes,
yeah.
you need to get a life.
Listen here, buddy. If you want to sell that new queen,
You know, actually...
well,
Technically,
he said
he did say he did refer to
said
the
in the middle
time
of the night.
it was.
Middle of the
Yeah,
night.
the
saying
conversation didn't even
time.
last a minute.
Well, I can't.
I think you know what? I think we accidentally got disconnected
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I
Call
think you're
him
right.
again.
I think you're right.
because I think maybe he.
Whoops.
Leslie is a little afraid he may curse here.
You take this one, Leslie.
You better keep your finger on the...
No,
No, you take it.
he's gonna watch it now.
That's some kind of problem.
I'm sorry, we got disconnected, I think.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to hear any of your
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Case
I got
in
it.
point.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Okay, who had their finger on the button there?
No, I did good. I caught the
Barnes,
shit.
Barnes did an okay job.
I caught it.
Yeah, that's right.
I caught it.
How about a desk, a solid oak desk?
New wrap.
It's here. The top. The top.
How about this Italian leather?
Here, the top
sofa?
one. It's only $125.
Okay. All right, here we go. You still say under a minute?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
How are you?
Fine?
Calling about the desk. The solid oak light maple,
yeah.
six drawers and 2 files.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the color?
It's, do you know what maple is?
Yeah, it's kind of a dark orange, right?
It's a light yellow.
A light yellow.
It's very Biedermeier.
Oh, Biedermeier.
Yeah, it's really neat.
I was looking for more of a Bingenheimer.
No, I don't have that.
Okay, tell me the two files. Are they next to each other?
No, actually, you sit in the center of them. It's yeah.
And the 6 drawers?
There's
there
2
3?
large files.
Are there 3 on each side?
No, it's like you sit in the middle.
So it's kind of off balance. The desk is off balance.
No, it's completely symmetrical.
Can I come by? I'd like to come by and see if I'm really tall. I want to see if I'm able to slide underneath the desk without.
Oh yeah. My husband's pretty tall too, so.
So it hadn't been a problem?
No.
Okay.
He just wanted he works at home a lot, so he got a bigger one, you know.
Okay. If I could pop by there in the next 15, 20, I think I'm in the same area.
Redondo Beach?
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. Would you mind if I came by to check it out?
No, not at all.
Okay. What time's good for you? About 30 minutes? About 5?
Yeah, no, fine.
5 is good?
Earlier than 5 is fine.
Earlier than 5 is fine?
Yeah, that's actually a little better.
Oh, good. Okay, because I have to be at work about 5:15.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'm up, so just anytime.
All right, thanks.
Ring the doorbell. We're at 2518.
All right.
Okay. Dude, you lose.
Boy. She wants to sell.
Twice, I lose.
She wants to sell that desk.
Unbelievable.
man.
She wants to sell that desk.
What do you mean you won twice? Can you believe her? She must be...
Just come on by.
Yeah.
Come on by.
Whatever.
I can't
All right.
believe that.
Okay.
Sorry, man. Jimmy, you want to
Okay.
try one more? Let's go to Sherry. Sherry?
Yes.
Sherry.
Sherry in Covington.
Yes.
Leslie, you
It
want to
wasn't.
try?
No.
Yeah, come on, Leslie.
No, I don't want to try.
All right, here we go.
Leslie's only part-time on the show.
Leslie's contract.
I don't like to call and bother
stipulates-
people.
She has a clause in her contract that stipulates will not participate in pranks. it's a very new type of. Okay,
exactly.
let's try then. We'll try. Here's a dryer. Here we go. A
This is it.
Whirlpool. I got a
Last chance.
Whirlpool electric dryer. There we go. That's a private party. 805. That would be out in Ventura County, Simi Valley. My first radio job, KCME, in the 805 area code.
They might recognize your voice, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, hi. I was inquiring about the dryer.
Where are you calling from?
I'm here in Chatsworth.
Is that close to L.A.?
Chatsworth? Yeah, I'm in the valley.
Why are you calling this early in the morning?
I'm sorry. I'll call back. Thank you. There you go. There's your
got it.
winner.
Yay.
Boom.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Good work for just sitting there, huh?
Yes, definitely.
The best of the Morning X. 99X. The best of the Morning X with Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy bring you the best they've got. Yeah, unfortunately, this is it. 99X.
Everybody's got to have like their one claim to fame, that one story that is your story. Like this is something that happened
Definitely.
to me, and it's not like a make us say wow story, but it's like
Something
like do you have a claim to fame? Like people say, okay, what's your claim to fame? Well, like I would say for me, like my claim to fame, if somebody say, what's your claim to fame? I would say, well, I was the guy in the window on Risky Business.
Sure,
like that's my
of
claim
course.
to fame.
Of course it would be.
Because everyone remembers the guy in the window.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like if I never did anything in my life outside of that, if after that happened,
I have to think about it.
I don't know,
Because when you say claim to fame, it's got to be something you're known for.
Okay, something you're known for, something that you did that was...
this job could be our claim to fame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
You know what? It's almost like your 15 minutes or something. It's something that very special or cool that happened to you.
Okay, like here, perfect. Angie, perfect example.
Okay, Angie.
Angie?
Hi.
What's your claim to fame?
When I was 6, I had been in a real bad car accident, and we went to the last Elvis Presley concert in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
And he brought me up on the stage and sang to me.
He brought you up on the stage and sang to you.
He sure did, in front of everybody.
You have pictures
I got
of
a really
that?
big oil portrait of him that he signed. It was pretty cool for a 6-year-old.
See, that's very neat. Elvis sang. What song did he sing to you?
I don't remember. I remember standing there crying. That's all I remember.
Now, this was, you said it was his last concert in Atlanta. Was this in, like, 77, right before he died?
Right before he died. It was
the fat
right
Elvis.
after Christmas, because we got the tickets as a Christmas present, me and my mom.
So it was probably in 76, because he died in August of 77.
About to start a tour the
And
next
he
day.
was
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be pretty wild.
That's big.
Thanks for calling.
All right.
You're welcome.
That triggers one in '87 when I saw Joshua Tree. They pulled this kid out of the audience and let him play guitar with you too.
See, that's it.
That
That's
was
a
his claim to fame. And that man, I was sitting there going, God, if that was me, I would
like the
just
coolest thing that's ever
freak out.
Right. I mean, other claim to fame could also be called like, what's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you? What's here?
Philip. Hey, Philip.
Yes.
Your claim to fame. What is it?
Yes, we were at a trade convention, and we had no idea who the star was going to be that night, and it was Robin Williams. Totally caught us all off guard, and I had front seats. Out of the blue, he pulled me over and gave me a big hug, and later it played on E.T. Entertainment Tonight. And,
There you go.
And that was pretty. That was a pretty cool thing.
Why did he hug you? I missed that. Why did he hug you?
He said, "This guy looks like he needs a hug," and he gave me a big hug, and it just like floored me out of nowhere. And later it just played over and over on ET, and all my friends were calling me that wasn't there, but
I like that.
Kind of blew me away.
Of course.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
That's excellent. Thanks, Philip.
No problem.
See you later.
Let's go to line one.
Michael?
Sean.
Yes.
What's your claim to fame?
Well, I was in Playboy magazine. It was a fluke. I walked into a photo shoot at a topless haircutting salon here in Atlanta, and they were doing a Playboy photo shoot.
Where's this?
There's a topless haircutting salon
where's
in
the
Atlanta?
topless haircutting salon?
Yeah, it's been about 5 years ago, and it got a lot of publicity. They ran a bunch of ads, and
you were in the shot?
Yeah, it was a topless haircutting place down off of North Side.
Now let me ask you: did you go there because they gave such great haircuts, or were they?
It's weird. I just
skilled?
a friend of mine acquaintance, I should say. I saw her on one of the ads. It was actually a news story they were doing.
I got a topless haircut once, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I got very upset. I said, Jack, put your shirt back on. I mean, I don't need to see that. Come on.
You could do it now
But
with your breast
I was
implants,
in the
Jimmy.
94 Anna Nicole Smith Playboy magazine, a big picture
look
in the
for
year
you.
in sex, and I was in there with Burt Reynolds and Sylvester Stallone. I was the only unknown guy.
Right. Yeah, we're looking for your claim to fame. Again, it doesn't have to be like a celebrity encounter, just your claim to fame. Here's a guy who says, okay, now this guy says that he had sex with Monica Lewinsky. Okay. Sir, what's your name?
Hi, this is Bill.
Bill, you had sex with Monica Lewinsky?
No. I reiterate, I did not have sex with Monica Lewinsky.
Okay.
All
right.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much.
There's more to it. Back with the next part of this segment after a quick break. I know you probably need it. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
We're back to the continuation of the segment from a few minutes ago. If you missed any, catch it on the Morning X podcast. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.
Brett?
How you doing, guys?
Good. Your
Good.
claim to fame, what is it?
Well, it's one of your celebrity encounters. It's kind of a coolest moment thing, but I was going to play golf up in Chicago, and a friend of mine both of us had worked there previously, and we had gone back to play with some friends, and we show up, and Michael Jordan was there with one of the other employees of the club, and so he asked us to play along, and my friend Rick that I was with knew him, had played with him previously, so we walk up, and the funniest thing though was I'm awestruck. I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to get to play golf with Michael Jordan, and he walks up and introduces himself. He says, "How you doing? I'm Michael Jordan." And
He introduces himself as Michael Jordan?
Like you wouldn't know?
Or just, hey, I'm Michael?
No, he says, "How you doing? I'm Michael Jordan," and as if he didn't know.
Just in case you were confused at the
it's
stature of the man.
Well, it's still polite to introduce oneself,
Sure it
even
is.
if they know you. But usually, like if somebody who knows
Michael
me,
Jordan.
well, somebody who
in Chicago.
If somebody meets me who already knows me, I still say, "Hi, I'm Jimmy. Nice to meet you."
Of course.
I don't say, "Hi, I'm Jimmy Barron."
Hi, I'm Michael Jordan of
Hi,
the Bulls.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Barron. So go ahead.
But so anyway, we played 9 holes. It was cool. He was so down to earth, and I wasn't even.
Oh man.
I didn't even ask for his autograph. I was so psyched, and he beat me too. I'm a golf pro myself.
That is cool as crap. So, did you guys wager at all? Because he bets like a banshee on the golf course. That's legendary.
I did. My friend Rick, who knew him, they always play a friendly like $500 game every time they go out. But and Rick's played with them several times. But the weird thing though on that story was I had worked at a country club in Omaha where one of the wives there. Married now, obviously, but she went to North Carolina, and she used to date Davis Love from the PGA Tour.
Sure.
And Michael got involved with golf because of Davis Love. So after about 4 or 5 holes, I asked Michael, I said, hey, do you remember a girl named Sue? I go, I don't remember her maiden name. She used to date Davis Love at North Carolina. He goes, yeah, blonde-headed girl, real good-looking. And I said, sure.
Oh, yeah, Michael likes the good-looking blonde. Come on. Michael likes
Thanks, Brett, for the story.
Well, that is, hey.
Well, at the end of the point of the story, though, is he says, yeah, Sue, he goes, boy, she used to sleep with all the guys on the golf team there. And
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Michael, your claim to fame.
Yeah, I got to meet Jack Nicklaus at the PGA Tour event last year that was here at Eastlake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
I was the driver for the players, picking them up at the airport, bringing them to the hotel or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so they set us up in these brand-new Mercedes cars to drive these guys around. The whole week I was there, I got to drive one person, and they said, here's your guy, go pick him up. You're going to be with him the whole afternoon. I said, okay, cool. Drive over to Peachtree, a cab. This big Gulfstream pulls up, and Nicholas and his son and another dude walk out. I get to spend all afternoon driving them around town, drop them back off the plane at like 10 that night. It was awesome.
That's very cool. They were nice to you?
They were very, very nice.
Yeah, that's great. That's if you're a golfer, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Then I get home, and I was so jacked up, I didn't have anybody to talk to, so I woke my wife up and told her.
And she's like, whatever, honey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's excellent.
Let's see. Let's go to three.
Erica. Hey, Erica.
Just FYI, Rich, the person who met Mike Reno from Loverboy,
he had to decline Mike Reno's credit card.
All right. Tell him thanks for their call.
That's his claim to fame. He got to turn down Mike Reno. Erica, what's your claim to fame?
Well, when I was about 5 years old, we lived in the New York City area, and every year we went to the Ringling Brothers Circus at Madison Square Garden. And every show, they pick a kid out and make them like the princess of the show, parade them around and do that whole thing. Well, they picked me. When I got back to my seat, we got to talk to the person sitting behind us, who was John Lennon.
Whoa.
He was just sitting there hanging out.
He was with his son.
He had Sean with him?
Yeah.
And do you remember any of the conversation?
None. I only remember the story because my mom told me. A couple years later, we went every year, and we got to meet Mick Jagger. I don't remember any of that either.
It's too bad, because that's a claim to fame you'd like to...
Lennon and Jagger.
Ideally, you'd like to remember your claims to fame.
I was so young, I couldn't appreciate it.
Oh, wow.
Line two is very cool.
Yeah, Dave, what's your claim to fame?
The company that I worked for was interviewed by a man from New York City. He just came down. He wanted to talk to young companies. And one thing led to another, and we ended up on the cover of Fortune magazine.
You got that thing framed at the house, I bet?
Yeah, sure do.
Where do you work?
Displayed prominently?
Yeah, and the company itself bought a huge, like a 4-foot by 3-foot framed, big frame photograph of it, put it up in the office.
Which company?
The company at the time was Architectural, or ASSI, Architectural Support Services.
Mm-hmm. You know what sucks about it? It's that you can go up to Dave & Buster's and get your picture on the cover of Fortune magazine.
I know.
They got the
I've got the whole magazine.
photo
I
thing.
carry around the whole magazine, so if I want to show somebody.
People think you're faking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that's
pretty cool.
That's a great claim to fame.
Thank you.
That is pretty neat.
Lisa, your claim to fame?
I met John Bon Jovi at Lenox Mall, and he and Richie Sambora took my friend and I out to lunch. We didn't normally skip school, but it was the concert that night. I guess it was a Friday night, and we left and we went out to Lenox, I guess, to
prepare. You had to prepare for
buy
the show.
our hairspray or whatever it was at the time.
Get your parachute pants ready.
Get our parachute pants ready. And I saw this guy walking with two big, huge guys next to him.
Right.
And I was getting ready to walk up to him and ask him, are you? And before I even got the John Bon Jovi part out, he said no. And so I just turned back around and started walking away. And he's like, hey, wait a second. And I turned back around. He said, it's me. So my friend and I, whatever we did, so we went up to him, and he and Richie Sambora and whoever the other guy was that played the keyboards, Dave something.
What club were you dancing at the time?
No, none. I was a senior in high school.
I know. I'm just teasing you. That's, because you see those two traveling around together, hitting each town, setting up their little...
Hey, baby.
So what did you talk about at lunch?
Situations.
Yeah, what do you sit there and talk about?
I think I probably just sat there and stared at him. I don't even remember anything. They gave us tickets to the show, which we had already had, but they gave us better tickets.
And they never at any point invited you to come hang out after the show with them?
He's actually a really nice guy, Bon Jovi.
Oh, very nice.
And so he's not a trashy kind of like, hey, baby, come,
We probably made the mistake of telling them, we're skipping high school today to come, and I guess they realized that we were, 16 years old.
Right. That's when the buzzkill comes.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as the type that would go there anyway.
No, so they were very nice guys. They took us out, and then that was it.
Good stories, though. Thank you very much for your claim to fame.
This is the best of the Morning X.
Now, your grade point average is 3.14, your class rank 52, which places you in the 84th percentile. Is that correct?
Joe, listen, this is my cousin Ruben. He's from Skokie.
Jimmy.
You can get him in tonight?
Not now, okay?
Look, he's got to be back by 12 o'clock.
All right, later, guys.
99X.
You're listening to the best of the Morning X. We had to call it something. 99X.
I want to take a second for a moment of thanks and thank my fellow coworkers who just decided 30 years later to tell me that we had a pension at 99X the first time that we worked here. We had a very wonderful company, Susquehanna Pfaltzgraff, who made china out of Pennsylvania.
Yes, they did. Best company ever.
They were so kind. Now, mind you, 20-something-year-old Barnes did not go to those meetings, and I'm just kind of shocked that everyone knew but two people that there are pensions that you get monthly free money for. I was one that didn't know, and Jimmy was the other one who didn't know.
Jimmy didn't know?
Jimmy didn't know either.
Because you called me on a Saturday, you said, I have a yes or no question for you.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. And Crash, I mean, you took some of yours early, didn't you?
Yeah, I made the unfortunate mistake once. I mean, obviously, I knew about it and it was there, and financially things got a little bit tight for me the last year. So I said, I'm just going to pluck some of this money out, no big deal. Not realizing, had I have waited until I was 59 and a half, which was last Wednesday, I wouldn't have got penalized.
No, dude, that's not true. You have to wait till 65 to not get penalized.
No, for this particular plan, 59 and a half for out the tax. It becomes taxable income, but I got a 10% premature distribution tax.
So, Crash, did you consult anyone before you did that?
Nope.
That's very financially irresponsible, dude.
Yes,
I mean, that is
was.
like, come on. Why are you...
Yeah.
Well, Barnes, what about you?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Financially
irresponsible. I don't see you being financially irresponsible.
Are you serious? There are
You're
so
Mr.
many...
Landman. What?
There are so many irresponsible decisions I've made.
Well, we tease you about all the crap you buy, but yeah.
Nike super boots.
Listen, that's for my health. Crash.
Okay. What's that vest thing you wear when you walk?
You're going to ask the question and answer it? That's not like some big financial impact to get a freaking weighted vest. I'm rucking. What the ruck, Leslie? Let's ask listeners, by the way. 470-741-4999. Most financially irresponsible thing you've ever done, because let's make it about you and not us.
Barnes, what was it? You haven't answered the question.
No, because you did multiple ways.
Okay, what?
There are so many, honestly. The one that was close but was no cookie was bidding over $15,000 to go to lunch with Reese Witherspoon.
I remember this.
But I got out of it. I didn't, because someone outbid me and I stopped.
Someone outbid you, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, when I asked my wife how much was too much, she said, I don't know, 500. I was like, And I've never really actually disclosed that number, but I didn't pay it. It could have been, I bought a little truck for my drum roadie to drive my drums from Grumpy Fish gigs. Because I got, the person didn't have a way to pick up everything up.
How much was that?
Phone Boy. Remember Phone Boy?
Oh, my God, yeah.
I bought a little, I think it was a Dodge, Ram mini truck or something to haul my drums around. Because we got up at 4 a.m. every day.
Things we are just learning about.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know you bought that for Phone Boy.
And I lost my ass on that thing because he wrecked it. He wrecked the drum truck.
Of course he did.
And then they took a loss selling it. What about you, Fram? What's the most irresponsible financial thing you've done?
Well, I'm a sucker for silent auctions.
Oh, what'd you buy?
And I thought I was going to get outbid. It was like $4,000 for this trip to Paris that did not include airfare. And guess who won? And then I had to tell Lanny.
I bet he was so pissed at you.
He was like, what? You did what?
What?
But we did go. It was nice.
But you had no airfare?
The money went to a good cause.
Oh, my God. People are calling in. Morning X. Good morning. Hi, who is this?
Hey, it's Scott.
Scott, most financially irresponsible thing you've done?
Yeah, I got married again.
Talk to Crash. He's on number. What number is this, Crash? 4 or 5?
Wait, no. I'm only up to number 3. I'm up to 3.
This is about to be just your third?
Yeah,
we lost track. Yeah.
I'm confusing firings with weddings.
No, this is
true.
I'm sorry.
Wait, this is going to be my 4th wedding, and I've been rehired 5 times by 99X.
See, it's so confusing. Your major milestones have multiple occurrences. Our apologies to everyone listening. So you got married a second time, and then are you still married?
I got married a fourth time.
Oh, I'm sorry. A fourth time.
I got crash beat.
Well, you know what they say, bro. In the world of sports, a 7-game series, Game 4 is the hardest and most rewarding to win.
Well, no, it wasn't, because the marriage lasted 15 months.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
you're cut off,
Sorry.
bro. No more.
Friends are telling me that.
All right. Hey, thank you for listening to us. Have a great one.
Thank you.
I have to go through a committee to do it again. All right,
Yes.
guys.
There need to be a
call the
lot of
Morning X.
approvals.
Yeah.
So, Crash, just to get the record straight, fired 4 times, about to be married for the 4th.
Yep, because this is my 5th time being rehired, and this is my 4th marriage.
Okay, just
Keep track, Barnes.
for your 99X bingo cards. Morning X, good morning. Who is this?
This is Jennifer.
Jennifer, most financially irresponsible thing you've done?
Bought a Christian Louboutin bag.
Oh, those are dumb. How much was that?
Can you tell us how much?
It was on sale, and it was $12.50.
You women, I swear when I see that, you make fun of my Nike hyper boots.
I know.
And
I know.
you're buying freaking purses that cost $5,000. Why?
Well, mine wasn't that bad.
Well,
I would totally
She got
do
it
it
on
if I
sale,
had the money,
Barnes.
but you know.
I know what you said, how much, but I'm just saying, some of them can get up there.
Yeah.
What is
They're
it?
way.
Girls, explain to me. Why? Is it the logo you're buying?
I have a thing for handbags. I don't know what it is, but I do.
Exactly. Yes. Handbags are my thing.
Guys, come on. It's the logo. Is it the brand you're paying for?
Actually, there's not even a logo on this one.
Yeah.
Wow. Why would you pay that much for a little shoebox?
Proud owner.
Oh, it's a giant tote, and it's adorable, and it has little studs on it. It's super cute. I don't know how anybody said no to it.
You sound like a
Don't
crack
judge,
addict.
Barnes.
Okay.
I know, right?
All right. Thank you.
I'm with you.
This is not a judgmental segment at all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day. Oh, man, this is sad.
I'm actually kind of jealous. Hey, Morning X, who's this?
Hi, this is Jenny.
Jenny, I cannot wait. The most financially irresponsible thing that you've done.
Bought 2 tickets to the Eras tour to take my daughter at the very last minute.
How much?
Grand total with fees, $4,858.
That's about right. Barnes, you did the same thing.
No, I didn't pay for that.
Oh, I thought you bought your daughter's tickets for the Eras tour.
Are you kidding? I hid my credit card. There's no chance. I was like, you're going to have to figure it out. And they figured it out.
But was it well worth it?
It really was. It really was. No. I tried to not buy them. I tried to not buy them. I literally went with my daughter and had the misguided perception that if we're at the show and the show has started, that they're going to want to drop the price of the tickets just to sell them. But that didn't happen.
No, that doesn't work out. No. I mean, there were people.
We were literally sitting there outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium listening to the opening act, and I could see my daughter's face, and I was like,
No.
oh my God, I have to do this. But we did end up with floor seats. We had floor seats, and it was amazing.
She'll always remember you for this.
You are a rookie. You don't go for the biggest artist in the world and show up for the outside ticket. No chance.
Yeah, well, because that's not normally my musical jam.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
None of
I
us.
didn't know what I was doing.
Thank God.
Think about the memories you made with your daughter.
It was incredible, but it was very financially irresponsible. That was almost $5,000 for one show.
And then there's the merch.
We did not buy merch. We did not.
Well, beyond financial, it's just completely irresponsible, period.
Yeah, says the man who wants to build a pickleball court in his backyard.
Listen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Crash. I can get on one of those pickleball Airbnb sites and rent it out during the day and I'll have my freaking self-driving car come pick you up. Crash. Hey, thanks for the call.
Thanks for listening.
See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for making this a bash session on me and my toys.
You're listening to the Best of the Morning X. If you accidentally fall asleep, the good news is you won't miss anything.
99X.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Listen, it is not too late to stop this. Do not do this. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. It's damn near perfect. It's beautiful as it is. Stop trying to fix what ain't broke. And stop telling me that the tournament isn't the tournament unless the 15th place team in the SEC gets in. Stop jerking with the best event in all of sports, you pigs.
The Jim Rome Show podcast.
What's your beef?
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.